Yo, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Arsenal versus Chelsea 1-0. Surprisingly, this just ended up a 1-0 because Chelsea had so many opportunities to be able to score with Martinelli, Trossard, Declan Rice, Marino. Even though he scored a goal, I think he had another good chance to be able to score. Odegaard also had a chance in the I think it was in the second half. So that was strange. That was strange not to see Arsenal. Arsenal never really. At one point, they were playing so damn well that it seemed like it wasn't just Odegaard being the crafty player or the playmaker. It was everybody wanted to get involved. Partey, everybody wanted to be in control of the game because it was just I don't want to call it an easy match, but an accessible match for Arsenal. They kind of knew that they were going to get the win from the get go because Chelsea, as soon as that whistle blew all the way into the end, they pretty much just ceded. They pretty much just submitted. There was barely anything or nothing from Chelsea. Nothing. What that Kukureya strike, which everybody had a turn. I think it was Nkunku, Neto, and then finally Kukureya and Raya. Oh my God, so close to putting it inside his own goal. Of all people, Kukureya could have been, giving Chelsea a point. How about that? That would have been wild. That would have been wild. And I thought it was going to be one of those games, perhaps, that Chelsea ended up winning just because that one moment that they seized the opportunity and they end up winning the game, where it was completely dominated from Arsenal, and Arsenal just, you can't even blame the fact that they don't have a striker. It's just Arsenal not bearing the game like they should have in the first half. They should have scored more, and this should have been a more than easier match. It was a very accessible match. And I can't even say that they played bad, but they definitely didn't play amazingly. Arsenal didn't play they didn't come out and just regale us with, pure champagne football, as they call it. So, yeah, it was a strange match and really sad from Chelsea. Chelsea are, what, fifth or fourth place, I think? And Maresca just harkens back to Maresca saying they're not competing for a top four. Like, what are you talking about? You're still in top four. It's insane. It's insane. At what point? I followed this team for the last 2 years, and this is the team that sticks out probably the most in terms of how much they've been struggling. I mean, there's Manchester United also, but just trying to build a team. I mean, when are you going to be ready to announce that, you are fighting for whatever, Champions League or a Premier League, Just enough with those excuses. Like, it's just annoying. I don't know who to blame. I don't know if it's the players. I don't know if it's Maresca. Obviously, Maresca's, at the helm of this, but they got to do better because Maresca could also just be a mouthpiece. He could just be, this is what he's been told to say. But it was lifeless. The team was just lifeless. There was no forward drive. And it sucks because at the end of last season, at the beginning of this season, they looked so good. This team was just going forward. Their attacks, the goals, and just the way they were working. Everybody was playing well. It just seemed like they were making progress. They were taking this team somewhere. This team was going to go somewhere. I didn't even care if they were going to win the Premier League. I didn't care if they were going to qualify for. I mean, obviously, I do care. I want them to be in the Champions League, but I just enjoyed watching them play. They were the most exciting team in the Premier League for me. It almost seems like they don't care. They just accepted their fate, and they're still at the top despite all that. They're still at the top. So it's really annoying. And there was so much frustration today. I hate to say it, but help from the ref, like Fofana stomping on Declan Rice unnecessarily. What was that? No card, absolutely no card. And then before that, I think it was the Trossard foul, no card. Kukureya leaning towards the ball, that was a penalty. I think that was a clear penalty. Come on. And then Kukureya's just losing his mind. And credit to Kukureya. I thought he had a decent match where he was trying to do everything. I mean, as always, he's getting bossed around, or he's doing some bossing too. But he was just struggling so much, and he had no right to complain when it was clearly a penalty. I don't know what he was complaining about. That Timber, I think it was Timber, pushed him. Like, absolutely not. Come on, absolutely not. So Chelsea were just a mess today. They were awful. And Nkunku, I guess, just had his moment within the Conference League or Cup. But besides that, you could tell today he was just traipsing. He was just walking around like he just couldn't do anything, like, at all. I honestly thought that Nkunku was better than Jackson. He probably is, given different circumstances, different contexts. But man, I kind of do miss Jackson. Yeah, his finishing is not the best. but he gets into these positions where somehow something's being caused and the game's a lot more exciting, and Chelsea seemed like they're actually competing for something. Other than that, I mean, Neto up in the front couldn't really do anything. And Kuku, as I said, nothing. Enzo had a shot from long distance, tried to surprise the goalie. Cucurella was the only one. Sancho had some good skills that he was showing for us, 1 or 2 plays, but that's it. At this point, I can't get upset because it's not the first time that this has been happening. And Palmer, yes, Palmer, I think has an effect on this team. Obviously, maybe the 2-3 touches that he gets, one of those could be buried inside the goal. One of those he could score, and you end up getting a point thanks to Palmer. But then after that, let's be honest, Palmer, especially with these last 9 or 10 games, I think he hasn't been scoring. Most of these games, as I always said, he's not really present. He's not involved. You don't see him touch the ball. He doesn't show up. He's kind of complacent. So I don't think he would have made that much of a difference in terms of the game. Maybe the goal, maybe this could have been the one time he would have risen above the fray, and he would have actually gotten the goal, and they could have gotten the tie. And that's, I guess, all that matters in the end. Lewis Skelly, oh man, love that kid. Reminds me of Nuno Mendes from PSG. And what's the kid from Manchester United? I can't remember the left back that they just got. But such a great player, Skelly. Such a great player. The way he drives forward, he's bold. He's definitely not shy at trying something new. And just looks like such an exciting player. And he's playing way beyond his years. Way beyond his years. He looks so comfortable in an Arsenal shirt. And I heard that he's going to be in the national team. So looking forward to that. Let's see I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to do well. I just hope. Well, for Arsenal, I don't think there's no worries. I forgot the kid's name again for Manchester United. Him, maybe. The way Manchester United is not playing that well, maybe after a couple months he starts to diminish and he starts playing at that level that everybody else is playing. But Lewis Skelly, I don't think that's going to happen. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Very promising player. Marino with the goal. I didn't even think that was a goal. I don't know. Sanchez maybe should have came out a little bit more, anticipated that ball. Trossard, who I thought was having a good game. Martinelli, he was doing pretty well, but the finishing wasn't there. Yeah, not the best of game for Chelsea. It was kind of a bore. I think a lot of people would admit that it was kind of a dull game. But yeah, Arsenal got the 3 points. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.